An opening theme sets the tone and introduces the viewers to the show's feel. This list looks at the greatest anime openers. The opening theme for an anime is almost as important as the anime series itself. The opening sets the tone, gives the feel, and introduces the viewers to what they are getting into. So in today's video, we will be showing you top 10 anime songs that broke the internet. Without further ado, let's begin. Gingnong Boys Shonen Shoujo. 36 students on a psychedelic trip when they find themselves in a void of nothingness apart from their school and their fellow peers. Now think Lord of the Flies, but replace privileged white kids with depressed Japanese high schoolers with family problems and superpowers they cannot control. Gingnong Boys rocked up the tune Shonen Shoujo, meaning boys and girls, for an anime about, you guessed it, boys and girls. While the punk rock band was given the spotlight for the anime's theme song, an array of up-and-coming artists have also been featured in the soundtrack, Mitsume and Taiwanese synth-pop band Sunset Rollercoaster, to name a few. Hikaru Utada, One Last Kiss. If 5 films were not enough to help explain the most intellectually challenging series down Anime Avenue, here is the 6th and final film to the Evangelion franchise. 155 minutes is allocated to concluding the futures of psychologically terrorized teens after 26 years since the first release of this monumental mecha series. Be reminded for the last time that Christianity, Schopenhauerian philosophy, and cyborgs do cross paths. Her soft vocals are weaved into the film's grand finale, adding a sentimental touch to the ending of the film, but also the franchise. What better strategic marketing is there than to bring Japan's 2 national treasures, Utada and Evangelion, together for a collab of a lifetime? After 6 attempts, this really is the end of Evangelion. Let's blow this cross-century masterpiece one last kiss goodbye. Millennium Parade X Bell. In the golden age of the internet that we live in now, we have 2 versions of ourselves, our existence in the real world and our online presence. Which is the real version? This complex idea of identity is explored in Hosada's 2021 film when an introverted high school girl juggles her life in the rural town with simultaneously being an internet idol on a social media platform called You. The theme song You features Kaho Nakamura, who voiced Belle in the movie as she collaborates with a group of collective artists named Millennium Parade. What better fit is there for a modern-themed film than a group of creatives who take music production to the next level? The music group is not simply a band, but a collective of producers, filmmakers, designers, and illustrators of the digital native generation. Punpee, Odd Taxi. What is weirder than an antisocial taxi driver who was a walrus? Let me tell you, the antisocial walrus taxi driver's conversations with his passengers. Be ready to see an alpaca nurse, a wannabe famous hippo, and a boar horse comedian duo who go by the stage name Homo sapiens. What seems to be a series of humorous conversations between animals adds up to solve the mystery of a missing high school girl. It is indeed odd, to say the least. J-pop artist Skirt and rapper Punpee chill in the back seat of a taxi as they bob their heads to their own song playing on the radio. Skirt's smooth vocals and Punpee's bars melange into a vibey tune that I would totally play on a night drive in the city. Eastern Youth. Now it's time to put on the History Channel for a second and take a trip down memory lane to the aftermath of the Russo-Japan War. I am unfortunately too young to tell you what went down in history from my own recollection, but Golden Kamui does a fairly good job at shedding light upon the Ainu in the early 1900s. Hunting for gold with snow up to my thighs is not something that sparks much joy for me, but ex-soldier Saichi Sugimoro seems to have a different perception of joy. If you like adventure, history, or want a break from the 21st century, this anime may be for you. Shinsei Kamari-chan, My War. If you consider yourself an otaku and haven't watched AOT, I think you should stop reading right now and go educate yourself before coming back. Funny thing about this final season is that the protagonist gets virtually no screen time. But that is probably the only thing funny about this mega dark series. While the last seasons have forced on the dynamics between human versus titans, the final season touches on themes of human cruelty as Isayama closes his renowned series by unveiling the war between humans. Tokyo Incidents. Just in time for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, our favorite 17-year-old detective stuck inside the body of a 7-year-old journeyed to solve the mystery kidnappings at the World Sports Games. The film's release date was delayed due to the pandemic. Coincidentally, so were the Olympic Games. Is this by pure chance, or is an underground crime group also behind this as well? I'll leave it to Conan to investigate. Super Beaver. Haikyuu is the epitome of sports anime. Kuroko's basketball fans, catch me outside. 2020's release of the most recent season follows our favorite setter-spiker duo to the Court of Nationals, surprise surprise. Let's ignore the first half of the season. Even I don't remember what happened, and I'm a hardcore Haikyuu fan. The second half of the season sets the scene for yet another dramatic volleyball match between high school boys featuring Mamoru Miyano's attempt at Kensai-bin, dialect of the Kensai region. Super Beaver is no stranger to the world of anime music. The rock band has even contributed a soundtrack for Naruto, the king of shonen anime. This time around, Super Beaver has stepped onto the court of a sports anime. Music is the cherry on top for any sports anime as it sets the whole dramatic atmosphere. Nujabes featuring Shing 02, Battle Cry. Ukiyo-e painters, American basketball players declaring war, and a samurai who smells of sunflowers, all in the context of the Edo period. Shampoo, meaning stirred or mixed in the Okinawa dialect, is an accurate description of the chaotic anime which follows a traveling trio who encounter famous historical events in Japan, with a twist. Another shampooed aspect of Samurai Champloo is the mixing of hip-hop music in the backdrop of a traditional Japanese scenery. Enter Nujabes, producer, lo-fi hip-hop pioneer, and sample god to mix the best beat in anime history. Galileo Galilei Summer Sky. In case one sports anime was not enough to get your blood pumping, here is another one. While it often gets thrown in the shadow of Ace of Diamond, or Major in terms of basketball anime, we decided to give Big Wind-Up some screen time. As far as baseball anime go, it gives the audience what they're looking for: the pitcher-catcher bromance, heated team rivalries, and the cliché message that practice makes perfect. Galileo Galilei, a rock band that has nothing to do with astronomy, heated up the boys for their summer tournament in 2010. So guys, let me know down in the comments section below which one of them is your personal favorite. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.